Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. This is Okute Daily Talk from my own corner, bringing to you this mid-afternoon broadcast of the 16th day of December in the year 2022. If you never subscribe to this channel or any channel related to Okute Daily Talk, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. We don't want to take much of your time because we know time is money, and this is a festive period, so everybody is in a haste to do one thing or the other. So let's go straight into the business of the day. Tighten your seatbelt and listen attentively. 2023, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, battle for the soul of IPOB. Let's see what happens and how the battle is going on between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and the self-acclaimed prophet, also Mazi Simon Ekpa. All is Mazi. What these people got to do with this Mazi is what I don't know. Simon Ekpa is based in Finland and also a former soldier, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is based in the UK, but right presently at the DSS dungeon, Abuja. There was now no denial that there is a huge crack in the leadership of the secessionist group, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Okute News report that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the founder and the leader of the group, and his followers have openly declared a battle against Simon Ekpa, a Finland-based former soldier who is said to hail from Ebonyi State, with the aim of wresting the group from him. Also, there have been allegations that the violence being experienced in the southeast state is orchestrated by Ekpa and members of his group. Simon Ekpa, a former ally of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, came into limelight about 3 years ago. Before then, the ex-Finnish soldier has been identified as an athlete who won a few laurels for Nigeria before migrating overseas. His identification with Kanu, however, gave him the recognition he sought. Using the name of IPOB and Kanu, Ekpa constantly described himself in broadcast messages as an unapologetic disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those who know Ekpa said he supported Kanu to the point of becoming a trusted ally of his, and even held separate broadcast messages away from Kanu's own. However, the arrest of Kanu in Kenya last year proved a turning point for Ekpa, who started assuming leadership even to the point of calling for fundraising and seeking to control the military wing of IPOB known as Eastern Security Network (ESN). Attempts by the Directorate of the State, that DOS of IPOB, which was running the group in the absence of Kanu to stop him, yielded no fruits. That's exactly how Kanu came to limelight. The betrayal we are having in this struggle called Biafra is sometimes it sounds funny because Wazirike started this mass up after he got problem with the Nigerian government, and he was jailed, or he was in custody, if the word jailed is not appropriate. So that is when Nnamdi Kanu came to limelight, and he started his movement on his own through the Radio Biafra in London, and from there he gained ground, and Wazirike was being released. To take back the radio is another problem. I don't know what conspired or trespassed between both of them, so they become cat and rat to this date. So now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is incarceration. Simon Ekpa has risen to take over from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see how the betrayal is going, and tell me how the international community is going to be looking at us. They are seeing us as maybe players, people who are not serious, and we keep on shouting that Biafra will come today, it will come tomorrow. Who are we going to depend on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa? That is the question I have been asking for a very long time now. Nobody cares to give me the answer. Rather, I receive multiple abuses on the comment section. People calling me goats, cows, saboteurs, and others of them. I'm a full bona fide Biafra, but I don't know who to follow. That is the question now. Are we following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa, who claims to be autopilot? And then other ones are manual pilot. I mean, this thing is being confusing, and with this kind of attitude, we are going nowhere. That is why it seems like the Nigerian government and even the world, the international community is not looking towards our own direction, because we have separate ways. We have different organizations. So which one are they going to choose? This one now is a Finnish citizen, and this one is a UK citizen. All are fighting the same struggle for liberation of Biafra. Are they fighting for their own pocket? That is the question we need to ask ourselves, and we demanded an answer. For those of you that will come to my comment section to abuse me, know where you stand before you begin to render abuses on someone. Know where you stand. Are you stand by IPOB, or you stand by the autopilot of IPOB? Which one do you stand? And which one do you think that can grant us the desire, what we are fighting for? Is it by these abuses? That is why the Nigerian government has never taken us serious, because we fear that anyone that say anything, because our ears refuse to hear truth. When someone says the truth, all you can do, instead of you to just think how what this person said, is it okay or not, you went into your own home and make research. We Igbos, we call ourselves the wise men, but we are too local to be fooled so easily. Our locality is too much. We always like to follow people with all our mind, all our hearts, both in churches and the rest of them. That is why those people always take advantage of our foolishness. Yes, I'm Igbo. If I say foolishness, I'm also foolish, because we follow people who is not even thinking that what they are saying is what they are, but not what they are. Somebody will come out and tell you something, like, look at what is happening, make your own research, instead of going to the comment section and begin to abuse that person using all manner of languages. Do you think that is the way the Biafra will come? It is not that way, my dear people, my listeners and viewers. If you are among those going to my DM or my comment section to abuse me, fine and good. Go ahead and doing it. Let me see if that abuses will bring us the Biafra that we all are fighting for. It is never so. We have to depend on one. Speak with one voice. United we stand, but divided we fall. And the division in this Biafra struggle and the betrayers is too much on it. One will be praying for one to get down so that person will rise up. That's exactly how this thing has been started, and that is how it is been growing. It's been running for over time now. And people who supposed to claim, who claim that they are wise, who supposed to bend down and look, we never do that, other than abuse it, simply because you believe what the person is saying is truth. And that person you are covering, if that person is truly a leader, no matter the kind of struggle, no matter the kind of harassment, that person can never run away from his own country to tell you from another man's land, in his own comfort zone, saying one thing or the other for you to be following him. Look at sorry, how many times has Sowore have been maltreated, beaten to pulp, breaking his head. Going to Kuje prison is just like going to his home, but yet he stand on his truth, saying the truth. But our own, no, somebody will be on his own comfort zone, relaxed, doing his even business self, doing his broadcast, collecting money from every media platform that he got verified account. Then we'll be out there, they'll be using us as a scapegoat. Look at the issue of Simon Ekpa the other day, 5 days at home. You just traded it, and people were being killed, murdered, just like that. And those ones who have been killed, what happened to them? You call them now, they are heroes, right? Person who died today for this war, where they sweet, person who died today, that person can never come out again. Oh, that is the end. That is how we keep shedding innocent blood, all in them of we are fighting for autopilot and manual pilot. Everybody wants to showcase his power. We all claim to be wise, when we are the most foolish people on earth. I'm sorry for any word that I have used that is not proper, but this issue has to be addressed once and for all, so that we know where we are heading to, and the cause the cause of the fight we are fighting. Not fighting like people who have no direction. If Okeke comes, Okeke will tell you now, follow me now, we are going to this way now. This is the only way we can get Biafra. Everybody, bam. And next thing Okeke will come out now and tell you, forget about that Okeke. I am the leader, and I have what it takes to be leader of Biafra, and I can bring this Biafra to us. Who is going to be in this front line? When Ojukwu lead this Biafra and they lead this thing, they lead the 1967, he was in front of this thing. Even all the whole fight then, he fought all. But at the point when they are looking for his head, that is when he went to exile in Ivory Coast. When he's coming back, they welcome him back as a hero when he was forgiven. Okay, look at this, our modern day leaders who claims to be on the forefront. Everyone will be on his own comfort zone, doing his business, even drinking early morning tea and coffee. They'll be given order from all the way, how many thousand miles, and people will be in the south killing themselves. And that person will be, even his family self, his family members will be in peace. And a word is enough for the wise. However, the arrest of Kanu in Kenya last year proved a turning point for EKPA, who started assuming leadership. Yes, even at the point of calling for fundraising and seeking to control the military wing of IPOB. That is how it used to start. Tomorrow now, everybody, Nnamdi Kanu will be a forgotten issue, and they will depend on Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, to believe from nowhere. And that person, it has been that person prayer all this while. That let all these ones who have been heading this IPOB or whatever it is being called to get problem so that he will rise. That is the problem of an Igbo man. That is our own problem. We have this problem even in the area of business. We keep praying for people's downfall for we to rise. It is never so. Everybody have their own destiny. Your destiny cannot wait for somebody to fall before you can rise. Rise on your own and let that other person rise on their own. Attempt to the director of state, DOS of IPOB was running the group, absence of Kanu to stop him yielded no fruits. EKPA removed DOS, claiming that IPOB was on autopilot and not controlled by anyone, and as such, he would not submit to DOS. A source who claimed to be a member of IPOB and who begged not to be named disclosed to Okute Daily Talk that before Kanu's arrest, EKPA had worked closely with Kanu even in the formation of the ESN. Yes, he have already know the lineage of this struggle. The way Nnamdi Kanu take over from Masop, that is the way he want to take over from Nnamdi Kanu. And another person will also pray for his downfall to take over from him. He knows a lot of things about the workings of IPOB. He was close to Kanu, and no one will even agree that at some point he will become rebellious to the same Kanu, who he described then as the supreme leader, and to whom he arrogated to himself his discipleship. I think it's just a greedy character because even after the arrest of Kanu, he has once attempted to raise funds through our brothers living overseas. But it was after the arrest of Kanu and that he came out full to show himself. Of course. Several attempts by Kanu, even from prison, to try to clip his wings have failed. From making broadcasts, he built a crop of radical individuals for himself, and they referred to themselves as the autopilot group. Most of his boys working as armed men are breakaway boys of Kanu's ESN, who EKPA recruited and have been using for nefarious purposes, he said. The source stated that at the heat of insecurity in Anambra State, before the state governor, Prophet Chukwu Masoludo, dislodged them, EKPA maintained a camp in a part of the Ihiala, and his boys were among those who were collecting money from people before any ceremony could be held. Can you imagine that? Our source continued. You know the notorious bandit called Double Lion, who was killed early this year in Ihiala. He and many other boys were working for EKPA. IPOB also has its own boys. They work as security to any area they find themselves in. Their only problem was that in any town they establish themselves, they will not want to see police in that town. They were friendly to locals, but EKPA's boys rather terrorize locals. Have you seen it? Yeah. You will remember that Anambra became a little cooler after Double Lion was killed. It may also interest you to know that Double Lion and his men were not killed by police or federal forces. They were killed by a special squad from ESN, who felt that EKPA and his boys were giving them a bad name. EKPA and Kano's faction of IPOB have been at a loggerheads for some time now, but they are trying to keep it under wraps. Last week, EKPA, speaking from Finland, declared a 5-day sit-at-home in the 5 eastern states. For no reason was given for the declaration, but speaking in an internet-based show, have your say, anchored by US-based journalist Rodolfo Okonkwo, EKPA said that December 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14 have been declared sit-at-home days. He threatened that anyone who dared to come out will be dealt with. He also stated that the group may likely disrupt the 2023 election in the southeast, saying it was only concerned about the restoration of Biafra. Though the first day of the sit-at-home was not adhered to, as many towns in the southeast went about their normal duty, but in subsequent days, especially in Enugu and Imo State, there had been incidences of violence suggesting that EKPA and his men have been decided to make real their threat. Meanwhile, spokesperson of the IPOB, Mr. Emma Powerful, had all the people to ignore EKPA and go about their lawful businesses. He said IPOB never issued any sit-at-home order on these days mentioned above because we are not miscreants, senseless, or jobless people. IPOB, which is concerned about our people, cannot issue such a brainless, uncaring 5-day consecutive sit-at-home order to suffer our people during this critical time of the year, when people are trying to make up in their businesses for the year. Speaking on the plan to disrupt the 2023 election, Powerful disregarded it, saying, again, everyone has his or her right to go and collect his or her PVC from their polling and registration center without molestation. IPOB never boycotts elections and has nothing to do with the Nigerian shambolic elections or selections. Our people should be prepared and ready to confront any fool who dares to enforce such wicked sit-at-home. More so, ESN operatives and IPOB volunteers will be out on these days to protect our people and the markets. In what looked like taking the fight in his hands, Kanu, who is still being held in a detention facility in the DSS in Abuja, was said to have told his lawyer to quickly reach out to Imabwafo and the DOS to issue a press release cancelling the sit at home. Kanu had reportedly wept over the orgy of killing in Igbo land, attributing it to people who he said are Igbos, but have long sold their conscience and were bent on destroying Igbo land. Though Kanu did not mention EKPA, he stated that those who were responsible for the killing were doing so to ensure that the federal government does not release him, as they were using the name of IPOB to perpetrate the crime. I said this in earlier, and that's exactly where this thing is going. These people are doing anything humanly possible because they want to take over IPOB to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu see men where he are. That is why they are busy declaring 5 days. Very true now, you will find out that this guy will come out and say, let there be 10 days sit at home. He will mobilize his boys to enforce it on everybody. And the economy of the southeast region will be keep on dying on daily basis. And you tell me you are fighting for Biafrans, you are fighting for your people? That is senseless. A public affairs analyst, Mr. Paul Ibe, while speaking with Okute Daily Talk, put the whole blame of the killings in the southeast on Kanu. He said, why is he shedding crocodile tears today? Is it because someone else is doing for him what he would have loved to do by himself? He stated this whole orgy of killing could we have forgotten the days when he used to speak on Radio Biafra, giving order to his people to kill security personnel who he referred to as zoo security. The seed he planted has now started bearing fruit, and he is here shedding crocodile tears. I have no sympathy for him for what he is going through. Okute News has, however, learned that Kanu's lawyer, Barrister MNK Ejiofor, has begun a process to initiate a suit against EKPA for his criminal activities in the southeast using IPOB to perpetrate them. There are allegations that EKPA is being sponsored by a presidential candidate who was working to whittle down the influence of southeastern candidates running for the presidency of Nigeria. It is believed that with violence, many people in the southeast, where the presidential candidate has massive support, may jettison the idea of voting, of course. At the time of writing this report, many members of the Kano faction of IPOB have declared war against EKPA and have been reporting his social media handles, while some of the handles have been suspended. That is all you need to know about what do they call it? About the loggerheads, the battle for the soul of IPOB between Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. That is all you need to know about it, and we are moving forward. When we come back, we will still analyze this very matter as it will suit us, and for the people who don't understand it, so that they will have a clear understanding of what is happening in the IPOB struggle. Because everybody now wants to become IPOB leader simply because of their own selfish gain and their own stomach infrastructure. Tell me, who are we going to click on now that this is really the person that is fighting for the cause of Biafra? No one. ISWAP commander captured, fighters killed in an attempt to free terrorists from army base. Some members of the Islamic State's West African province, ISWAP, died on Sunday in Niger State. They were obliterated while attempting to free their leaders incarcerated in a Nigerian army base. The Defense Intelligence Office told PR Nigeria that the military had expected the terrorists who met an ambush. Though the incident happened in the night, the troops have been anticipating such daring moves and had been on high alert. They came into our trap while at least 7 bodies were counted. Troops arrested one of the commanders who led the fighters, the source said. The Nigerian Air Force 401 Air Combat Training Group suspected troops from Wawa Cantonment in Bogu local government area. In Bogu local government area is a NAV facility which houses Alpha jets and A-29 Super Tucanos purchased from America. Wawa Cantonment, home to 221 light tank battalion, is located in the new Busa near the border with the Benin Republic. The army base accommodates hundreds of terrorism suspects undergoing trial. In 2017, the federal government announced that around 2,500 suspects were being held at the formation. In 2018, a special federal high court established to try terrorism-related cases sentenced 113 Boko Haram members to prison. The latest attempt to free those in the government custody occurred months after the attack on the medium security custodial center in Kuje, Abuja. With a video, ISWAP claimed responsible for the breach, which allowed source of convicted insurgents to escape. That is all you need to know. So these people are still wallowing stronger and stronger and stronger every day. Court reminds Kano-based blogger allegedly defaming SCOS Buratai. One Ibrahim Khalili Dan Shagamu, a self-acclaimed blogger, has been remanded by a Kano State High Court for defaming and tarnishing the image of former Chief of Army Staff, late General Tuku Yusuf Buratai, retired. He was remanded by a high court presided over by Justice Halima A.B. Wali. Dan Shagamu, the defendant, was dragged before the court for allegedly sharing a video footage on his social media where he claimed that the complainant, Buratai, built over 60 filling stations in Kano out of the arms deal proceeds. The former Nigerian ambassador to the Republic of Benin, the Buratai, asked the police to fish out the defendant to prove the claims. Dan Shagamu, the defendant, had denied the charges leveled against him after he was arrested by the police. Barrister S.A. Abdullahi, counsel to the defendant, had prayed the court to grant bail to his client, but the presiding judge declined on the ground that the defendant's offense contravenes sections 371 and 115, as the said offenses could have led to 3 years imprisonment. The judge therefore ordered that the defendant be sent to state psychiatric diagnosis, diagnose him whether he was in his actual sense when he shared the said video footage. Barrister Hussein Makar cancelled the complainant while speaking to newsmen shortly after the court sitting explained that his client has also thrown a challenge that he is ready to withdraw the case against the defendant if any Kano state-based citizen can point out any filling station belonging to him. That is all you need to know about the case of Buratai and the accuser of the brethren. DSS denied me drugs for 9 days. Food. Nnamdi Kanu cries out from DSS dungeon. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, on Thursday accused the Department of State Service, DSS, of denying him access to his medications for 9 days. He also accused the secret police of starving him of food. Kanu's special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, disclosed this after his routine meeting with the IPOB leader at the DSS facility. A tweet by Ejimako reads, "A special update today. I visited Nnamdi Kanu in the company of Prince Emma Kanu and Barrister MNK Ejiofor. He instructed me to make it public that he has not been given his drugs for the past 9 days, and he has not eaten today because DSS says that they don't have money to buy his food. Sad." Ejimako said the legal team has decided to give the DSS money to purchase food for the Kanu. "We have decided to take money to them as a deposit for his food. They won't allow good food brought by others, including family," he told Okute Daily News upon further inquiries. So that is all you need to know about how Kanu have been denied of his medications and food at the same time by the Department of State Service, DSS, where he has been in incarceration for over 18 to 19 months now. A 3,000 Boko Haram fighters surrender to who? You people are planning another jailbreak, Abi? Your problem now. We are waiting. We see to the end of this. The theater commander of Operation Hadinkai, Major General Christopher Musa, has revealed that the number of Boko Haram terrorists who have surrendered with families is about 3,000. The commander revealed this on Thursday when he paid a courtesy visit on Yobe State Governor Maimala Buni at the government house Damaturu. He said out of the number of 41,000 are children who have been Boko Haram fighters. The terrorists were trying to develop a new set of terrorists. Their own children, and that would have been very dangerous because normally for children, when they grow up and whatever they see is what they imitate. So if they grow up think killing, they become very dangerous, he said. Major General Musa commended Governor Buni for the support rendered to the military in the state in the fight against insurgency. "We want to assure you that we are here as partners in progress, whatever it takes for us to have peace. We are determined to achieve that," he assured, according to the theater commander. The Chief of Army Staff, Late General Farouk Yahya, has been very supportive, something which makes their work a lot easier, according to the commander. Governor Maimala Buni commended the army for their resilience in the fight against Boko Haram insurgents. He assured the support of his administration to all security agencies in the state. Governor Buni was presented with an award of a warrior. That is all that has come from my people of this very, very time. So anything you didn't understand or any of my message that is not that clear to you, endeavor to comment. Leave your comment at the comment section, but please, there's no abuses. Not that I cannot reply your abuses, but let us be civilized when we are uttering some words against anyone who is bringing a news to you. If my news is not okay with you, it is not my must that you will listen to it. Just bypass it. There's people who like what I'm doing and who also encourages me in one way or the other. Yeah, drop your comments. Just let me know what you think. No abuses, and I will definitely reply to you as soon as possible. So anyone who don't understand anything that I said, you also have a right to also send me email. My email is down on the channel. But I come your way again, please remember, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. If you have not subscribed to my channel, endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Like my page, share any of my content, and make them go viral. For some people out there, somehow, we are always want to listen to news coming from Okute Daily Talk. Maybe they don't have the opportunity to subscribe to my channel or turn on the notification button, but when you share the message, they will have every message, every news that they are or their soul are varying for. So have a nice day, have a nice Friday. Thank God it's Friday, TGIS, according to the people, I be TGIF. Oh, this my head itself, eh? Wow. So my good people of Biafra, this is where we are coming to the end of this broadcast. Have a nice day, have a nice Friday. Please drink responsible. Until I come your way again, have a be a good boy, okay? Anytime, any day. Bye for now.